Men only care about looks, and not everyone's ready for this conversation. From all the guys that are well off that I've asked, if they can choose from all the attractive girls, most of the times they're not even looking for someone smart. And that's not a primary need. The primary need is being attractive. The secondary need is making him feel like he's good in bed. And then the third is obviously someone who will do their chores. But if the guy has the money and he's not stingy, then he's likely to not care about it as much. It's the looks. Get in the gym, start looking good. That's all that is required. Being pleasant as a person goes a long way too.
Having money and spending money on you is not the same. Investing in you and spending on the relationship is not the same. He would go on that trip with or without you. He would pay for rent with or without you. Because he's paying for dinner, lunches, and food or whatever, he's gonna have to eat with or without you. Until you actually understand the difference between the two, you will always accustom to the guy who is actually having money but is not generous, and you can decipher the two. If the man is actually generous with you, he will actually give you money that have nothing to do with him. He will spend and have you do things that are for yourself, that are literally just for you. That includes nails, lashes, hair, shopping for yourself, buying things for yourself, things that do not serve him in any way. Buying roses because roses die. The concept of roses is buying something that just lasts for a moment and then it just dies. And that has nothing to do with serving the man. It really serves the joy in giving it to you as the woman. Beauty, your bags, your material goods, the things that is actually just for you, that you can do for yourself, your family, your dogs, your pets, your kids, whatever it is. Love you, girls. Bye.
The Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis found the median net worth for married couples ages 25 to 34 was $68,210 compared to $17,372 for cohabiting couples and just $7,341 for singles. Men looked at that gap and drew a different conclusion than expected. If marriage is the wealth vehicle, then the marriage has to be the right one. So they're building the wealth first, alone, and picking carefully later.
Hold on, man. Where you going?
I'm finna go in the store. You said you was taking me shopping.
Come on. I was gonna take you shopping, but not no Louis Vuitton.
This is where I want to go shopping at. Where
Come
else
on.
you thought we was finna go?
Man, come on, Forever 21. What you on? I'm not gonna take you to Louis
Forever
Vuitton.
21, boy. I'm not no Forever 21 ass.
Come on, man.
What the fuck is talking
You
about?
tripping, man. We going to
No,
Forever
come
21,
on,
dude.
we're going to Louis Vuitton.
Come on, dude. I haven't even been knowing you for that long. This is our second date, dude. You
Okay,
tripping,
so
bro.
if you want to date me, you need to be able to keep up.
Come on,
And
listen.
I
I'm not
shop at
gonna take you
places
to no
like
Louis Vuitton, bro. This is second date, bro. I said I was gonna take you shopping Forever 21. That's the only place we going.
I'm not finna shop at no fucking
Well then, hey,
Forever
listen,
21. You got me fucked up.
we not going to no
You
Louis
finna come
Vuitton.
take me shopping
No,
up here?
no, I'm good, bro.
Because I don't want to talk to
Listen,
no
I'm
man
good.
who
Listen,
take
I'm not
me
even finna be
shopping
arguing with you in the
Louis
mall
Vuitton.
like you tripping. I'm
okay,
gone,
well,
bro.
you know,
Yeah, I'm gone because your ass tripping. Man, you tripping, bro. Hell no, bro. Man, but yeah, whatever.
What blows my mind is when men get upset that a woman wants a man with money, yet they want a woman who takes care of herself and is beautiful. It is very expensive as a woman to take care of yourself, especially in today's economy. And it like, I'm like shocked sometimes when men say things like, oh, like that's materialistic or whatever it is. It's crazy when you're here saying, oh, I want a girl who works out and who takes care of herself. I don't think men realize how expensive it is to take care of yourself. So when a woman says she wants a man with money, you guys take this statement and you want to just, I don't know what it is. All you men out there are just, it's sad, because what a woman means by that is she means she wants a man. She wants a man who will invest in her. If she can invest in herself thousands of dollars to be a certain way, to look a certain way, and you want your woman to look a certain way, why should she go for somebody who can't afford to invest in her, who can't afford to make her better, to give her more, to make her life easier? That way she can look better, I mean, and on top of that, let's not forget kids. Like, you don't realize that a woman's primal instinct is to survive. And in today's day, unfortunately, that means more money. So stop calling women shallow, stop calling them materialistic, and stop saying you want women to love you for you. Because those are two different things. You can love somebody for who they are, but also take into consideration their success and their security. Just like as a guy, you should like the girl for who she is, but every single one of you dudes out there is taking her looks into consideration, is taking her body into consideration, all of these things. So what makes it so different? So I just wanted to put that out there to all the guys that are going to be watching this story who have gotten upset and who have like kind of gotten this opinion or this view of women of being materialistic when really they're just trying to survive. It's not cheap. It's really not cheap to have a healthy, good lifestyle, especially to have healthy children who are able to do activities, to have a good education, to live in a good neighborhood. So get your head together.
A January 2026 Mercury survey of 1,400 adults found men report significantly higher financial confidence than women, 67% versus 48%. That confidence gap isn't arrogance. It's the result of men quietly redirecting energy away from dating expenses and toward financial literacy. The money that used to fund dinners is funding portfolios. The confidence followed the capital.
I don't live alone because I can't find somebody. I live alone because I like my life just the way it is right now. And what's not to like? You have the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and with whoever you want. And let's not forget that women are drained on your financial resources and in your free time. So living alone as a man is the best thing you can do.
I was watching this video of a guy saying how all his single male friends that are in their 30s and 40s who have been single for a while are all much more financially stable than when they were in relationships. And I believe that to be true. As a single male for quite some time, my financial security has basically gone away. Insecurity has gone away. I've basically tripled my net worth. Obviously, I've worked for some of that. But the reason is I don't spend money on things that don't matter. For example, the women in my life, mainly family, still want to spend my money on stuff that doesn't matter. Like, oh, you need to decorate your house with fall pumpkins and all this stuff in your front yard, which costs hundreds of dollars. I don't need to do that. Now add those little things up over and over and over and over again. That's thousands of dollars a year that you're spending money on shit that dudes really don't give a shit about.
Here's the shift. Single women now make up 25% of first-time homebuyers, while single men make up only 10%. But that's not men falling behind. That's men playing a different game. While the culture pushed one narrative, a large segment of men quietly moved capital into index funds, crypto, and side businesses, assets that don't show up in a homebuyer survey. Different vehicle, same destination, wealth.
Let me just say this. Money doesn't work the same for women as it does for men. Money for men gives them control and gives them power. Money for women gives us the freedom to get away from the men with the power and the control. So when you spend money on men or when you do things financially to help a man, that's why it always backfires on the woman, because money doesn't work the same for us. We were not created to be the providers of men, for men. This is not our role. That's why it doesn't work for a woman who is a high income earning woman to be with a man who doesn't have more than her. You can get through and get over any situation concerning a man as long as you don't, number one, don't marry him and don't have no babies for him. Other than that, when you connect yourself with a man, and especially a resentful, petty ass man, like a Sagittarius man, he'll go to no extent to try to ruin you. I don't understand why women feel like the more that they do for a man, the more appreciated they're going to be. No. The more you do for a man, a husband included, eventually he's going to resent you for what you've done, the help that you've given. It doesn't work the same for us. Why do you think every woman, a high-income earning man, a woman, when she gets divorced, that man tries to take her for what she got? Either he uses her for what she has or tries to take it in a divorce. Wendy Williams, Mary J. Blige, there are a whole lot of women who have suffered because they married a man who was not financially above them. Money gives men power. So if he doesn't have that, he has no power over you. Money for us gives us freedom away from the men with the money. That's why you don't financially provide, take care of, or help a man. Why do you think Oprah never married or had children for Stephen? She got it. She understood, even though Stephen is an attorney, he had his own paper. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to, when you're a high income earning woman, it doesn't benefit you to marry a man who doesn't have more than you. You can have him as a companion, but you don't sign no paperwork with that man, and you do not give him children, because he will use all of that to be able to tear you down, to be able to take from you financially. It doesn't work the same for us. So at the end of the day, like anytime a woman goes all out financially for a man, that man is going to embarrass her. He's going to make a fool out of that woman. It doesn't work the same when a woman spends money on a man. We were not created to be the financial providers of them. And every time you go all out for a man to try to help this man, to try to do for him financially, that man will end up betraying you. He will have you out here looking like a fool. Money doesn't work the same for women as it does for men. That's it. That's all. When y'all gonna learn? It ain't got nothing to do with, oh, you ain't got it. Let me just tell you this. What I've learned in this 49 years of life that I've been living is that no matter how good you try to be to a man, if that man does not have way more than you, he's going to be envious of you, jealous of you, and eventually resent you. And that resentment will lead him to betray you. So I'd rather keep my money in my pocket. I mean, I don't know how many other women have to go through the same thing for those of us who are, getting our bread and getting our paper to finally understand that nobody is an exception to the rule. If you out earn a man, he's going to feel some kind of way about you. It's going to cause him to have resentment.
Financial celibacy, the deliberate choice to stop spending money on dating, went mainstream in 2026. It's not about being broke. It's about being disciplined. Men realized that the $10,000 to $17,000 a year the average man spends on dating could compound into hundreds of thousands over a few decades. They stopped feeding the dating economy and started feeding their own.
I find it interesting in these times of how men are just, I don't know what's in the water, but remember not too long ago when like a family was going into crisis and men just went on to, the head of the household, just did whatever he needed to do, worked 2 jobs and sacrificed so much and all that. Well, now cut to 2025, they're just like, well, I'm just going to give up and just kind of pass it on to the woman, and the woman, wife or girlfriend, is taking on all the burden of financial responsibility and the kids. Anyways, you wonder why women are just fed up and just threw our hands up, because if like a crisis or, like I said, someone's out of a job for a temporary period, the weight and stress and burden, especially financial burden, usually falls on us, because men just don't know how to be men anymore. I don't know what's in the water. And I know it's not all men, it's not to bash them, but it's just been my experience, because I was on call for a period of time when my son was little, and guess who was asking money from family members to help cover the rent? Do you think he got a second job? No. That's a whole nother story, and people are like, I don't want to hear like, oh, well, you shouldn't put up with that, this, that, and the third. That was almost 10 years ago. It's done with. Like, I provide for myself now. Obviously, I won't put myself through that again, because I'll have more discernment to choose a better partner, because the signs were in the beginning of that relationship of him not being the provider type and really motivated. And unfortunately, I found that out after I had my son. So anyways, it's a cautionary tale for a lot of us women, especially as we get older. And yeah, it's just a thing I noticed, especially when I listen to the Dan Ramsey show. It's just, the men can't handle anything, and it's always the woman calling in, explaining their situation, and it's just sad, and it shouldn't be like that, especially if you have kids, because we're supposed to be the moms and nurture and hold together a household, and the man's supposed to do his thing to provide. Yeah, that's just what I noticed, and I hope it gets better.
For decades, the assumption was that men build wealth to attract women. Men quietly inverted it. They build wealth for themselves, and a relationship, if it happens, has to add to that, not drain it. The woman is no longer the reason for the wealth. She's an optional feature that has to justify her cost. That reframe is what women find most confusing. The money was never really about them. They just thought it was.
What's more important to you, money or love? Money can buy you fake love. Money can buy you temporary love. Money can even get you a lot of people to look at you and only respect you for that reason. And then you have love. Love, this great, amazing feeling. A feeling of joy. A feeling of looking forward for a better tomorrow. Knowing that someone is going to be by your side, whether you're able to make it today or not. And we all know that love comes and goes, and so does money, right? So are you willing to be with someone just for love, or do you want to be with someone for money? There's no judgments on the answer to this. It's all based on your experience in life and what it is you actually seek. Money is a materialistic value that can buy you many things, but can it really give you love? You'll be happy for a short period of time. You can drive the nice cars. You can live in the nice house. But will the house be a home without the love? And then you have a love again. Love will hold you tight during your weakest moments and your strongest and happiest moments. Love will not leave you or make you feel like they might not be here tomorrow. Love is a feeling that many no longer feel. And it's not because they don't want to feel love. It's because the feeling of love, loving and being loved and cared for is very rare now. You have social media trying to teach people that love is actually materialistic things. And then you have social media that tells people that they should only chase after money because love isn't real. But love does exist. And there is a thing called unconditional love. There's also a thing called building with the one you love. So why not go for love and build with your partner and make money together?
Build the wealth first. Build it for yourself. A man with a strong financial foundation negotiates from strength in every area of life, including relationships. The man who needs nothing can calmly evaluate everything. That's not bitterness, that's leverage. And leverage is freedom. Subscribe to Alpha Reloaded for more. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and hit that like button on your way out. See you next time.